What's up, guys? How the heck are you doing? And welcome to Coffee with Drewxcifer episode 2. So if you missed the first episode, you can check it out up here. Now, I will start playlisting all my videos on this channel so you can sort of either binge watch them to catch up or just so you can see what is all there in the different sort of series we have here. So the first episode, the audio was sort of messed up, and I realized that's because I had a hoodie on in the video and my lavalier mic, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I wear lavaliers and on my videos, it was sort of pushed down in my hoodie and it was muffling the sound. So the way that I'm going to circumvent that going forward is I'm going to just start flipping the lavalier mic on the outside of my clothing. I don't know why I don't prefer shotgun mics. Like most people in their studio, they use shotgun mics. I have a lot of these. I have Rodecaster, podcaster mics, and I have DAD professional shotgun mics and stuff like that. But I have always just preferred the lavalier mic for in studio and for vlogging. Maybe one day I'll change that, but right now, I just really prefer this. I don't know why. I think it's because I can get up and walk around my studio if I need to, and you guys can still hear me, you know, decently well. So, no audio issues going forward. So if you don't know what these Coffee with Drewxcifer videos are about, they are just videos where we can sit and we can chat, like we're sitting across at a coffee house or something, drinking coffee. And if you guys have questions for me, you can put them in the comments of any of my videos and I will answer them in this little segment here, like a Q&A. We'll also be talking about gear, maybe not super in-depth, but things that I've seen have come out, things I'm excited for, talk about my week recap and what I'm excited for in the coming week. So my week recap this week, guys, is I didn't upload any vlogs. I was a total chud. If you don't know what a chud is, that's Drewxcifer speak for procrastinator, waste man, lazy, but it comes from the 1980s horror movie Chud. It's actually what's playing back here on the TV right now. And chud is essentially just sort of like a, I don't know, it's our term on this channel for somebody that is, I guess, if you were a New Yorker, you would say fugazi, or if you were, I don't know, somebody else, you would say whack, or I don't know, just somebody that's not doing something correct or doing something like, I don't know, off kilter. So I was being a chud this week, but more or less I needed to take a week to do some branding stuff and behind the scenes stuff for this YouTube channel. I do have my 5 Things Friday video shot, the very first episode. It is ready to go live next Friday. So that is shot, and having these couple days off from the channel allowed me to make sure that that looked correctly and the information in it was the way I wanted it to be. So look for that next Friday and those going forth every Friday to come. I just needed to get ahead a day, and by not uploading one yesterday, it allowed me to essentially be ahead one week. Now, I didn't have any shortage of shooting content this week. I just didn't upload anything. So we did a lot this week. We, of course, did our Thrifting Thursday. And me and Tawny were finally able to get our oddities cabinet, our curiosity curio cabinet from this antique store. We bought this cabinet around the end of last year after searching for one, a whole bunch, one that would fit, you know, specifically in this space in our house. And, you know, she just has a lot of oddities, and we like the thought of having a curiosity cabinet in our home with just a bunch of strange things in it. So we got that. Here's a little bit of footage of it. And the reason we haven't been able to get it is because the freight elevator at the antique place that we got it from, when you buy something, we put this on layaway, this cabinet, and then they moved it to the second floor. And then when you buy something, they bring it down via the freight elevator. They just move it off the main floor to get it out of the way after somebody purchases it. And their freight elevator keeps breaking because it's super old in this old antique building. It's hard to find somebody to fix it, and according to the lady, it's super expensive to have it fixed. So we were able to finally get it and line up our schedule with their elevator not being broken, and we were able to bring it home. So in the future, I would like to maybe put a curiosity cabinet here in the studio as well, maybe a small one. As you can see, like I said, I've got a lot of weird stuff, and we're constantly always adding more weird stuff to our collection. So I just like the thought of having a curiosity cabinet. It's just, I don't know, super gnarly for some reason. But like I said, there's a lot of stuff in this studio, and hopefully one day I can have a studio that is detached from my home. And the reason I think that's beneficial is because it would allow me to go to my studio and then essentially clock in, work, and then clock out and leave all my work at the studio, come home, and when I'm home, it's family time and it's not work time. I think with my studio and house, it sort of bleeds into each other too much. And that's not a bad thing because I can spend family time, pull away, come work on stuff, go back and spend family time. But I think in order to be more productive, if I had somewhere to go, whether it's just building a building in my backyard, or if it was getting a studio space down the road, that's the eventual goal, to hopefully one day get to a point where that makes sense to do that. Even though I am very fortunate to have this space in my house, it would be nice to use this room for something else and have a studio space separate from the home. So maybe one day we'll do that. So what we did this week essentially was not only thrifting. We went to this place called Mystery Hill up in the mountains. I'll throw some footage of it here. And it's just one of those tourist trap kind of places that has always been just up the road from us that we wanted to go to. We wanted to take Emery, and of course they had a Zoltar machine in there. I want one of these things so freaking bad.
I wish I had a
so
card
one
scanner.
day, I promise, one day I'm going to buy one of those. And I don't carry cash, I only always carry a card, and of course, the time I see a Zoltar machine, I don't have a dollar bill. So I couldn't use it, and you guys know I love Zoltar. I have him in the beginning of some of my vlogs, so it would have been awesome to actually use that Zoltar machine, but I am going to go back just to get a clip of me using that machine. So we also did some axe throwing, and Emery was surprisingly good at this. You know, he was throwing out of his freaking axe, and it was pretty hilarious watching him do it, because when he would throw it, it would bounce off all three walls. But he was the first one out of the two of us, and really the group of people that was in there, to get his to stick in the wall. And he ended up sticking it in there a good bit of times. So awesome job, Emery, if you're watching this. And I got a bullseye, surprisingly, right? So I found out the technique of how to get it to just flip one time and stick in the wall. And then I really started nailing it a bunch of times, and I was actually able to get a bullseye. So I was pretty proud of that. But as Emery would tell you, me and him would be terrible Vikings. Now, we realized coming down the mountain that there is a closer hatchet throwing place to our house, really just up the road. So me and him will probably start doing that more often. It was a lot of fun. It's cooler than throwing darts. Emery's really good with shooting bow and arrow, so maybe he can teach me how to shoot a bow and arrow, and I can teach him how to hit the bullseye with his axe. So, I don't know. It was a whole lot of fun. We did that, and we went into their little mystery room with the vortex underneath, where you stand sort of, you can lean sideways and you don't fall over. It's pretty rad. So, that place is really cool. We had a lot of fun doing that. So, one thing that I want to talk about that I watched this past week is the Tony Hawk documentary on HBO Max, directed by Sam Jones. If you guys haven't seen it, and you are a fan of Tony Hawk, skateboarding, or action sports, or just motivational documentaries, please go watch this. It is hands down one of the best documentaries I have seen in a long time. Not only because it's about a figure that I like, which is Tony Hawk, a sport that I like, which is skateboarding, but it also really plays on the points of determination and sheer passion. So if you guys remember Tony Hawk doing the 900 at the X Games, I remember watching that live as a little kid, and just the sheer joy that it brought me seeing him finally complete that trick. And it is something when somebody else accomplishes something and you get just as excited for them as they are for having done it, right? And that's how I felt as a kid for Tony Hawk. And I don't know, I've just always sort of followed his career because I've always kind of just thought he was a good dude. And this documentary sort of not only recounts his pursuit of going after the 900, but it also recounts like his childhood and never before seen clips of him skateboarding as a kid and what he went through and actually the hardships he dealt with. For instance, nobody really liked him. Even when he was coming up skateboarding, I always had the impression that he was like, you know, sort of like a upper middle class kid, and his dad ran the NSA, and I just figured everybody, you know, liked him, and he just had an easy life, and it was actually quite the opposite. So watch that documentary. It is super awesome and super inspiring in a way, right? So go check it out, and let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. If you've seen it, or in a future video, come back, watch it, come back, and let me know what you think about that documentary. So looking at the week ahead, we're going to get back to our vlogging schedule. And I think I want to release a schedule for the channel once I figure out what it's going to be. We will have our 5 things you should know Fridays, our Coffee with Drewxcifer Saturdays, and then we will have vlogs probably the rest of the other days. So once I get that schedule nailed down, I am going to probably just upload it in a community post, and I may make a video about it so you guys can actually see it there as well. But I think that's going to help me with being consistent, just knowing what I should film each day. So the week ahead is going to be super exciting. Yeah, I'm just more stoked on this YouTube channel than I have ever been since I started this channel years ago. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just really stoked on making videos right now. And I know that this coming week I have to edit one of my short films, so I may even, you know, show a little bit of footage from that on that day, because there will be a vlog out that day. So I may show some footage from the short film. So look forward to that. It's a horror short film called The Butcher, and it's super gnarly, super gory, and I can't really wait to put it out to show everybody. But we just got to put all the finishing touches on it first. But that about sums it up, guys. I really, like I said, I'm stoked on this channel. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, and I'm really stoked on not just the vlogs, but the educational content I'm bringing back here. And if you made it this far, why don't you go ahead and give the video a like? Why don't you subscribe to the channel? Because, I don't know, we got a lot of really fun things planned. If you have any questions for me that you would like to see me answer in a future Coffee with Drewxcifer video, put those down in the comments. And Coffee with Drewxcifer, guys, I'm always giving stuff away. So, what can I give away? I will say, if you go to the merch store now and you go to checkout, I'll put a coupon code. We'll put coupon code COFFEE. And if you do COFFEE15, I will give you 15% off of a piece of merch. So, if you watch this video, go buy you some merch, get 15% off, and yeah, that's about it, guys. Super stoked for this week, so I will see you guys in the next video, and it'll be before Friday or Saturday, so I promise not to be a chud. I'll see you soon.